All right, Khan, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, to the Torah, Shaz, Yasha, Allah, giving of course all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh. Bahashim Mashak, Wabalak, Yahweh Shah. That's all praises, honor, and glorification unto the Most High God, Yahweh. In the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah. This brother, Yasha, Allah, coming back, y'all, with yet another video through the Spirit Pod, Yahweh. Bahashim Mashak, Wabalak, Yahweh Shah. All right, Shalom, Shalom. All right, I'm going to get straight into this, right? So basically, this is going into the fact that California, in the states surrounding it, on the West Coast, basically California, Nevada, Arizona, these dry ass states, all right, that don't get a lot of rain as they should. Even Utah, right? Basically these states, according to Esau, hey, guess what? Is in an extreme drought right now. An extreme drought, as he expresses it. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna put this up real quick, right? Is California in a severe drought? It says more than 93% of California is considered to be in severe or extreme drought. It says severe or extreme drought. We know what a drought is, right? Basically the absence of water, right? It says we are definitely very much at the tail end of our wet season in California. So this is 2020. It's like this is 2022. This is this year, right? It says, right, let's I want to pull this up too, right? Is California still in a drought 2022? 2022 is California's driest year on record so far. You see that? The driest year on record so far. It's been the driest year because remember, they've been saying we've been in a drought for years. For so long they've been saying that. Ever since I was in damn elementary school, they've been saying that. So how much more now, man? There's no water. There's literally no water, right? So this is prophetic. This is prophetic. Because in California, you have a lot of Northern Kingdom. You have Southern Kingdom too, but you mostly have more Northern Kingdom than Southern Kingdom in California, right? In the West, especially, right? But I'm going to read this. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem," remember Jerusalem, and from Judah, meaning all Israel, right? It says Jerusalem and from Judah, right? The stay and the staff and the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. See that? So the Lord said that he was going to take away the whole bread. It's like the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. Now, of course, Jerusalem, of course, during the time of its initial context, it's really talking about Southern Kingdom. But when we apply this to all Israel, because we know that famine is coming to Israel, right? Famine is coming to Babylon the Great. And that's a hella precepts, right? Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 24, the classic. Let's just get this real quick, right? It's the classic right here, right? Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse number 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." Famine is the lack of food and water, all right? The lack of food and water. So that's what's coming to America, the lack of food and water. Because guess what? Even in places where it rains a lot, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a lot of food, right, to go around for everybody. And guess what? California is going to be even worse because California basically gives the United States or Babylon the Great a lot of its plants, fruits, vegetation. There's a lot of agriculture that goes on in California within itself. So if that's cut off because there's no water, right, if there's literally no water in California, how are the people in California going to eat? Or how are they going to actually survive without water? Because really everything, the Most High set it up that way. Literally everything in this world needs water. It needs liquid, right? In order for us, our bodies to survive, we need water, right? In order for your car to operate, it needs oil, it needs water, it needs liquid, right? In order for us to clean, we need water. So a lot of the basic and the necessities that we need requires water. So if that's taken away, you can't live anymore. We know that. We understand that. And then millions and millions of people are going to die and suffer, right? So, and this is a big issue, and not even everybody. Everybody doesn't even know this, man. Some certain people don't even know that we're in a severe drought. And that's crazy, man. That's how much Israel doesn't pay attention. That's how much Israel cannot discern the signs of the times, right? Let's get this real quick, right? I want to get this precept. This is a book of Luke 12:56. It says, "Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that you do not discern this time?" So how can you not discern this time? How can you not understand that we're living in the end times? We see that there's a severe drought in California, and California is very vital to the food supply in the Babylon the Great. So if California is cut off, then guess what? All the rest of Babylon is falling down, man. Right? And that's Bahashim Mashak Yahushua. And the Lord already prophesied that was going to happen. So there's nothing we can do about it. All we got to do is put our trust in the Most High God, Yahweh Bahashim Mashak Yahushua. That's really all we can do. Because what are you going to do about it? How can you fix this drought situation? They've been trying to fix it. It's just getting worse. It says, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that you do not discern this time? Right? Yea, and why even of yourselves judge ye not what is right? You see that? So I'm going to go back to this, right? So the Most High is going to remove the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. But I want to read this real quick. And you can look this up on yourself. Where California is in a severe drought right now. All right. Map released. So this color, the red color, is an extreme drought. That's damn near all of California. Right? That's damn near all of California. And the orangish color is severe drought. So that's damn near all of California. It's in a severe or extreme drought, according to this map right here. Hey, right here is abnormally dry. And usually in Northern California, it's not even dry up there for real. Because it's by Oregon. So they have more water. They have more rainfall than when you keep going down. But that's not the case anymore. It's dry as hell. Everywhere. Right? This right here is an exceptional drought. It says no water at all, man. You know? And that's crazy. And the white parts, you don't even see any white parts. This is none, right? You don't even see any white parts over here. So that's how bad the drought is. That's how bad it is. So what are people going to do about this? Like I said, like certain people don't even know that they're in a drought. They don't even know that. That's how much they don't even pay attention to the signs, man. That's why we have to keep watch. The Lord said, let's go to the book of I'm gonna get Luke chapter 21, right? Luke 21 and verse 34, it says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any times your heart be overcharged with surfeiting." So a lot of people in the world, their heart is overcharged with surfeiting. They do things in excess, and of course, they're not giving any time to the Lord, right? And drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. So it's going to come like a snare, because a lot of people, they're comfortable right now. They're thinking about 2050 and 2040, like that year is going to, kind of pass indefinitely, man. Right? Like we're not literally in a severe drought right now. Like Russia is not about to make moves, and like how, you know what I'm saying? Like we're living in the end days. Why are people thinking about 2050? Why are people thinking about all this other stuff that may or may not come to pass? All right? People are just indulged in folly and madness all day. The Lord says it's going to come like a snare. A snare is a trap. right? It's gonna come like a trap, right? It says, shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. So they're not trying to pay attention to that. They're not trying to worry about a drought. That's not what they're worried about, man. Right? They're worried about, when does a club open next month? That's what they're worried about, man. Follow your madness. But we, as servants of the Most High, we have to keep watch of these certain things and understand, okay, yep, the Lord already spoke about that from times past. The Lord spoke about a drought, a famine, right? Coming to the earth. All right? Even when you go to the book of 2nd Ezra, right? When you go to the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 5, let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Actually, I want to go to 6. Right? Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So we always apply this to a spiritual level, right? The springs of the fountains going into basically this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's going to stand still in that day of all hell breaking loose. There's not going to be any wisdom being given to men, all right? You can go. You can read that in the book of Matthew chapter 25, verse 1 on down, basically going into the parable of the 10 virgins, all right? 5 were foolish and 5 were wise. 5 of them actually took oil with them, but, the other 5 were foolish. They didn't take any oil with them, meaning the understanding, right? So the springs of the fountains are going to stand still. So, you can't go to the prophets of the Lord in that day when all hell breaks loose and think to have all the breakdowns. No, it's not how it's going to work. We're not going to be, teaching on the highways and byways when all hell breaks loose. It's not going to happen. It's, the springs of the fountains are going to stand still. Now, also, you can apply this on the physical level. The springs of the fountains are going to stand still. Why? Because it's not going to be any more water left, man. They're going to stand still because there's not going to be any more water. So what's going to happen if somebody tries to get water from the refrigerator and there's no water coming out, man? That's scary. And you're thirsty as hell. That's scary, man. That's torture, Because, hey, hunger, you can be hungry. You can kind of deal with that. But being thirsty is unbearable sometimes. You just got to drink something. You know what I'm saying? So that is scary within itself. So if we don't have the Most High on our side on that day, there's no telling what's going to happen, man. Right? There's no telling. So with that, all praise to Yahweh, Shemo Mashak, Wamalaki Abashai. All right. Actually, before I get that, right, we got to end it off on a good note, man. Can't just scare it. You know what I'm saying? Just, right, we got to end it off on a good note, right? Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. So the Lord said that if we keep him in his mind, the Lord said that we're going to be in famine, we're going to be redeemed from death, right? Meaning we're going to eat, we're going to drink, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 13, right? And it reads, behold, Slaki, therefore thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And the ye, the Lord is talking about, the Lord is talking to the unrighteous, the unfaithful, The Lord said, my servants are going to eat, they're going to drink, right? In the days of all hell breaking loose and the days when there's no water, there's no food, they're going to eat, they're going to drink. But you're going to be thirsty. You're going to be hungry, right? So, so that's why we got to keep the Most High in our mind, man. And literally serve him to the best of our ability. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee, right? So we want to allow the Most High to keep us in perfect peace, all right? If we have our mind stayed upon him, all right? So with that, all praises to Yahweh, Shema, Mashak, Wamalaki, Abashai. Lord willing, this is edifying, brother Yasha Allah. Shalom.